Good to see you again. I'm Yiran. Let's observe the EV industry together. Today we'll discuss a topic about BBA. Over the years, we've heard many online stories and legends. BBA's electric car is now a miscellaneous EV. They excel in oil cars, but their electric cars are miscellaneous brands. AVB's and Weijilei's electric cars. Yes, I do know. Do you know each other? Do you know each other? First, it's not a miscellaneous brand. Second, it may be that this tech is not better than other brands. I personally think, have you touched AVB's elect car? I have tried the BMW iX3. How do you feel? It's okay, actually it's okay. However, perhaps quite anxious. Yes, but other individuals may also be impacted by what is known as network guidance. Brand with changes, yes, changing brands. But I found views of global consumers and Chinese netizens. Differences seem to exist. If we extract the data, you'll find BBA electric vehicle sales appear good globally. Let's use BMW as an example. The first half of this year is 23 years. The proportion of their EV sales, include PHEV and EV, accounted for a remarkable 20% or so. Another very large car company in our country, Geely Automobile Group, if we don't count its controlling stake in Volvo, and the business of smart holding shares. We only look at Geely's own independent brand business. Its electric car sales accounted for only a little more than BMW. You should know Geely's main factory is in China, a big market with high EV penetration rate and rapid global development of electric vehicles. The scenery is good here, but this BBA electric car is transforming globally. It doesn't seem to be slow from the data. Let's state an objective fact. Based on this, I'll review BBA's past decade with everyone again. How does it do electric cars? Let's take BMW, with significant performance, as an example. Actually, you saw the global electric car movement over a decade ago. 4 notable companies. Watch Tesla in the US. Japan watches Nissan EU, eyes BMW, China eyes BYD. These 4 companies are all at a time when others remain skeptical about electric cars. They launched a bold attack. BMW made the i3 and i8 at that time. The application of design language materials. Unique understanding of EVs. Complete vehicle space designed with innovation for electric vehicles. BMW caused a sensation in the industry at that time. Unfortunately, consumers don't buy it. BMW provides innovative value. Pioneer value. This consumer doesn't recognize. Consumers recognize the route BYD Tesla took. BMW had a big fall. Ancient Chinese saying, move bitten by snake. 10 years afraid of, well, God. I feel BMW is just afraid of electric cars. Maybe scared for 10 years. The BMW i, a new sub-brand at the time. This new sub-brand, carrying such great innovation, such a big change, such a breakthrough. Later on, BMW utilized this BMW i as its official name for their electric vehicles. Electric cars made more conservative. Netizens say they changed, not being as enterprising as before. What era are they in? Still made the same as an oil car. Feels almost the same driving an EV. 我无法相信. Some people think, as long as not pure elect, platform cannot achieve optimal efficiency. EV not made by pure elect. Platform. All are subpar. In fact, this is a perspective. I think it's too extreme and arbitrary. Initially, due to this oil truck platform in development, excluding tram temporarily altered tram, definitely subject to constraints, security and space. Many issues with energy consumption. BMW developing new electric cars, for example, iX1L. For example, the new i5, i7 real cars find the spatial experience is good, even the square rate exceeds some trams. Startup with car manufacturing experience. Performance of this electric platform should improve. How should I phrase it? If you let BMW develop a complete electric platform, can you achieve optimized space rate in all aspects? Can progress more with blank page, possible to enhance by 2%, 3% and 4%, but cost must be considered. I can now share with 3, 5 and 7 series, how much money do I save on engineering, how much marketing do I save. 3 series, 5 series, 7 series, X3, X5, these car models and brands. The global reputation built over time. I went to create a new electric car. Can you make it popular? Can consumers accept it? Can you ensure it's used? Many problems. Early investment of all businesses. In the long run, commercially speaking. Convert into users' effort. Make manufacturer spend more. Waste of resources to focus on electric cars. Like buying more singles. Are you willing or not? Summarize BMW EV's road over the past decade, pioneers, later martyrs, in a nutshell, their journey. and then I dare not be a pioneer anymore. In 2020, the global electric vehicle industry exploded. Before this private consumer gusher, on the eve of this, a technical director of BMW once anonymously expressed his views to the media during an interview. He said electric cars are a lie, just a big bubble. All are products of government subsidies. Real private consumers do not purchase any pure electric vehicles. This is what others have stated. Later, this news was extremely shocking to me when I was writing the book about Mars and Musk, the previous occasion when this proofreading was thoroughly examined. I also added this sentence temporarily to my new book. Finished discussing BMW, let's discuss Audi. Audi was an early player in EVs. He is somewhat apathetic, not ambitious, and not in a hurry. But what happened later? Audi's location. There has been a major personnel change in VW Group, probably around 2016. This is on stage, so at that time, Volkswagen, together with Audi, the entire group is guided by this new trend. Did many practical things, two aspects. On one hand, in software, they founded a company named Carvid. Hire programmers, aim for software-defined cars, write the code yourself, soul can't be in another's body. On the other hand, this has multiple pure electric platforms. This car fueled by oil is simply an oil-powered vehicle. The tram is a tram, we severed ties, irreconcilable, will never be on the noble trend of EVs. Make with fuel tank and engine, I sense this is the total value guidance of public during that time. Now go see their product line. Both have traditional platform products of this oil truck. Also, two platforms for electric cars. If price is slightly lower, share with public using MEB platform. If price is higher, share higher end with Porsche. Noble electric platform. Some not built before these two platforms. In a hurry to ride an e-bike, convert previous oil vehicle platform to an EV. Today you saw the Audi electric car product line. This technology comes from a complex source. The arsenal has everything. I once jokingly called Mr. Dish the Lin Zexu of the European auto industry. First European to see world with own eyes, saw California, USA, Shanghai, and Shenzhen in China. What are people in Beijing doing? Propose a poem to measure its suitability, use it for learning. Lead the Volkswagen Group is moving forward confidently. Goodbye to the past. Look forward wholeheartedly. Disney, when he finishes class actually, you'll find many people like electric cars. This friend advocates the big trend. Apologies for DC's dismissal. Feel it's within the public group. Fuel vehicles power represents interests of conservative faction. Extremely ruthless in suppressing this type of progress. New executives, in fact, during that period, feel situation shouldn't be simple. Didn't express too much of my own opinion on this matter. Think some things still need to let bullet fly a little more. Bullets fly for a while. You have a full observation later. You're skilled at speaking. Let's discuss Mercedes-Benz. Mercedes-Benz, always German car, among top 3 high-end cars, business booming. Brand has longest history in the industry. Deepest cultural accumulation. Unit price also highest. Brand still Big Brother among top 3. In movies, Big Brother figures in rivers and lakes usually avoid action, historically positioned as calm observers. Decide, then act. Mercedes is also like this. No matter how much the media hypes this EV, where's the user? Many people switch to brands like Tesla. Wei Xiaoli and BRD are in China. Mercedes-Benz still holds its ground. His investment in electric cars has always been tentative. In the early stage, start with a few modified products. EQA, EQB, EQC, this kind. Later, I made one. I think the scale is not very large. Pure electric specialized platform tried EQE, EQS, and 2 corresponding SUVs, a total of 4 cars. These 4 cars have amassed sales and positive feedback worldwide. However, I have also received substantial criticism. Many doubts. I think he's always been a Mercedes-Benz listening and watching. And indeed, I also understand that their global headquarters. For this Mercedes-Benz's electric vehicles over the years, D and Xi actually look quite similar. Thorough, always in a calm relationship. Oops. Did the MB you mentioned really enter the battlefield as the main force? Not sure yet. I think starting from the year after next, this is Mercedes' main driving force. Arrive at battlefield behind us, witness one by one. Before we examined BBA electric vehicles past decade, then looking at the report card now, you'll discover a fascinating phenomenon. Considered most positive by all, boldest, most decisive, most recognized intelligent Audi of electric trend. Also put effort, might be biggest. How are grades now? Among top 3, his performance relatively deviated. Considered by all today executing power change, simplest, most direct, least enterprising, most betrayed past. BMW I sub-brand. In middle school of electricity, BMW brand's electric car grades are the best today. Why is it like this? Unusual phenomenon I've observed. Ponder on this question recently. I'm okay with Stuttgart. Munich is fine. Beijing, Hebei, and Shanghai are also good choices. BBA's buddies worldwide. Many comms, execs, consultants, first-line manager, diverse roles, lots of friends. Investor of this distributor, some at HQ in Germany, do R&D or strategy, this friend. One of them is a friend, just asked me, how do you see this BBA? This electric car, about BBA electric vehicles. I have 4 perspectives. Today is open and honest. Share with all. The first point is often in public view. Short-term by users and the public strategy, hard to grasp. In the long run, maybe a good strategy. On the other hand, some short-term, particularly stunning, beautiful, charming, honest, correct plan. Long-term, highly probable bad strategy, some real-world firms strategic, notably clumsy. When new challengers appear, media and public criticize. Finally, time passes. Have you found Zhang Hailao? When woods rise, people criticize Coke. They don't grasp innovation. Many years loyal to carbonated drink. More sugar, unhealthy. In short, I'm tired of aesthetics. People need a vibrant forest urgently. Vitality Forest Coca-Cola in China. When this worship rises, people criticize giant, etc. Pro-bike factory thoughts are rigid, just make cars. Why don't you understand? Internet bicycles. Why do not you understand? Travel as a service, right when WeWork rose to prominence. People trust fighting these traditional shoe devs, think they in vain, not kept diligent blood. Only know how to build houses, only for big firms, look down on grassroots entrepreneurs. SMEs are the most energetic, embrace new ideas, represent the future, represents the economy. What's the status of WeWork currently? This Rui Xing, when Rui Xing ascends. People ask Starbucks when Haiti rose. People ask Starbucks, feel like they can't cope with keeping up. Chinese market can't keep up with humans. This thinking can't keep up with user habit iterated. Ruxing is thriving now. It's with Starbucks' unique positioning. Each has its own distinctiveness. This amazing market. But what about Haiti? This snowproof tea? Their performance today. Obvious to all guiding stores recently. Rising in auto industry, people believe dealer is hopeless. Sent to history's tomb. If I ask you this question again today, do you still think so? Xi Xiaoping. What have you been up to? Media coverage of future Alps. What's on your mind? Here, I aim to make it public. Righteous, confident, replace BMW's oil-electric sharing, known as oil-to-electric shift. Bring a book. I think this is a good strategy. A few more years. When people reflect on this period, we'll find this may be in these years. Automobile industry, the most valuable product thinking. One of the business ideas today, you are the neighbor, old Wang. Xiao Zhang went to BMW store. Lao Wang likes oil cars. He bought a Fuel 3 Series. Xiao Zhang prefers trams. He dislikes the odor of oil. He went to purchase one. This electric 3 Series, the advertisement is named i3. In fact, his thoughts are on the electric 3 Series. What's the problem? I think it's still Xiao Zhang, not Wang. They didn't buy any. BMW's internal combustion engine. Or just a gearbox or the building or big step on electricity. Or battery. Or it could be an electric drive system. They made a purchase of a BMW. They like the 3 Series. What they like is that comes from Bavaria in Germany, drive like other cars. Varied flavor, big mechanical items, coincidentally burned oil, sufficient electricity. That's it. Someone always wants to ride an e-bike. Said to be a thorough, what's the ideology revolution? Auto industry, what's revolutionary? After comet hits Earth, amazing chemical reaction occurs. In my view, this is all without inquiry, don't study, not from user exp perspective. Discuss. If you've bought many EVs, driven many petrol vehicles, you wouldn't say such things. Yes, the tram is great. This tech changes. The tram has definitely started, a new page in the auto industry. But the tram is not set on fire, burn all the civilization of cars. Tram not pulling up tree, pull out roots, cut off. Electric vehicles around for over 100 years. In auto industry history, civilization a new chapter emerged. Can't fully sever connection with the past. It can't be burned. Sorry. When saying this sentence, I'm a little angry. The second point I want to make is brand is a big deal. Unsuccessful brand with a short history. It can redefine itself for no reason. Even overthrow oneself, start afresh. But the great and successful brand, especially high-end brands. Your history is extremely valuable. Your legacy is extremely valuable. You cannot reinvent a great brand. You are not allowed to Mercedes-Benz, BMW, Mutai, Rolex, Honky, do such things of that nature. Some time ago, a historically long China's high-end brand, I won't name names, called me to open a brand strategy meeting. Discussing future direction of on-site professor from Media University, executives of marketing advertising companies. But I think they are all too polite. Then I will have a clear flag, comparing against some established directions of this brand. My reasons for opposing are the same as the recent Moutai and Credit Suisse incident. It's your joint promotion. Believe it's a hit. Boost popularity, create buzz, make everyone remember Moutai. Establish closeness. Not everyone can afford Moutai. Many people never touched a Moutai bottle, but we must be clear. This Moutai coffee isn't real Moutai. The authentic Moutai is unique, with no other branches. You can't just because there are some new varieties of food in this world, for example, outside of wheat, high-grain corn, new crops again, can't just because new brewing methods in world, from distillation method to fermentation method. Can't just because new energy in world, used oil to make Moutai, now use electricity. Do we have to give up Moutai? This transformation has become a trend of Moutai, or a creation of Moutai, the new positioning. Targeting new audience, can we have another Moutai for this? This is impossible. Throughout history, innovation and reform often used. Nonsense. Do something that future generations will find ridiculous and absurd. Didn't BMW do this kind of thing more than a decade ago? He was steady, calm, wise, pragmatic. In ancient China, eat loss, gain wisdom. Just say it's true. The third point I want to discuss is any car company, no matter how great you are, shouldn't reinvent the computer. Given historical tech conditions of humanity today, if no genetic mutation computer industry has explored for decades, best computer form. We all know its appearance. Isn't it just a MacBook? iPad Dell XPS. Can it connect like ThinkPad? Right. There will be a rectangular screen. There will be a set of keyboards, or it could be a touch screen, then match a few interfaces. Maybe add an external mouse. That's it. Don't redefine the computer. To be honest, the BBA comrades didn't do well in this regard. Actually, I get them. They want to keep their traits in BBA history, regardless of the brand concept. Still some things they've spent years honing in the past, great physics cases, interaction logic. They want to combine history and high technology, intelligent things in the new era, 2 in 1. Offer users a unique experience that is distinct from others. I comprehend this motivation very well. But in computers, sorry, I can't do it. I also mentioned earlier, there are many things you should inherit. However, in every subsystem of the entire vehicle, we need to analyze independently. Think independently. For example, this accelerator pedal, I think there may be more inheritance in this aspect. You include car seats, you include airbags. But on computers, I think sometimes you have to allow it to evolve in leaps and bounds. During Leap Forward, consider auto industry as it doesn't exist on its own in society. It was originally a fusion of many industries. Wisdom, crystal great human. Private consumer goods are almost pyramid products, right? The central control of your computer in the past. Unable to do anything. Just listen to radio, play CD player. People drove over 10 years ago. Tap screen, this PC. Possible to have car nav. Decent person doesn't use nav when driving. Serious people use phone holders. Or hold to Kelly to right or not. So in the past in the auto industry, this is just a chicken rib. It's this very minor thing. It doesn't matter. But today the needs of normal people are, this must be one. iPad placed in the car, just suitable for iPad, just happened to blend in the car, just like a typical iPad. Quality must meet vehicle standards. More durability, severe tests, fuel efficiency, control for functionality. Just like this, 95% of the cases it is an iPad. We have to accept this reality. In this regard, Tesla and Wei Xiaoli think more clearly. Huawei just wants to be clear. Just go straight to the computer. So in here, not a technical challenge, it is a problem of thought. Once liberated thinking. Seek truth from facts. This problem easily solved. Some time ago, I'm in a Lynk & Co. 08 test drive activity. I met their CEO, Lin Ji. I just follow Mr. Lin talking about their car infotainment system. I dare to ask. Regarding Lynk & Co.'s car infotainment, users have been unhappy in recent years. He informed me they have also gone through this process, not paying attention early. Later valued invest this force. Cooperation with Meizu externally, no internal cooperation with Meizu. They hired 1-800 internally, the assembly call sounded, just 1 or 2 years. Problem solved easily. Now all watch Lynk & Co. 08. The new force head is its same level Geely brand. Lynk & Co. Inc. Geek brand. Wait. This car will soon reach the first echelon about this car machine. Lin Jie also told me, you discuss investment on the team's lineup. On this difficulty with the internal combustion engine at that time. Gearbox. They're not in same league. Actually, it's simpler question. Free mind. Seek truth. Where is the problem in the end? Understand it's easy to solve later. So why do you look at Volvo? BBA's mind speeds up in this area. Think liberation faster. It's due to Volvo's capital attributes. 100% controlled. Can thoughts change fast? You see Volvo ES903 interaction. Very well done. Even compared to New Force's leaders, I think its tone. The fusion of brand genes. Simultaneous satisfaction. I think it may be the best. This is not an exaggeration, so I believe once this idea of BBA turns around, soon it may also reach Volvo's level. Because the truth is that the West has good designers. There is no shortage of good UI/UX engineers. The designer of Volvo personally told me this. In Gothenburg, they used to outsource this part. Let industry and commerce handle it casually. CEO Lin Ji's words match Linka's exactly. Currently valued, who used to do in-and-out tests now. Use same level of human resources to do car machine. Designs details of pushing, polishing, you'll find he did well, whether it's a car machine. Still this instrument still HUD. Of course their car is actually available for sale in China. Wait until next year. Fourth point. What I want to say is Tram sells well via email. My copywriting this year, the sentence I'm most happy with. Because of this sentence, I think it contains thousands of emotions. If you're an EV supporter of the past few years, you'll see a kind of sadness. A grievance, helplessness, irony inside. What if you are more supportive of extended range and plug-in hybrid? Read this in another language, feel self-righteous. Reading creates confidence, a sense of superiority, right? If you are kind, this era of internal combustion engines, this oil truck and engine code. When you read this sentence, I feel like you can read it. This has a unique taste. I cannot burn oil. But I can't have any. There is a self-value recognized by others, but not in oneself. The melancholy of landing. So I dedicate this sentence to BBA. In fact, if you look at the Chinese market today, in recent years, BYD and Vision Inc. emerged the current leader and Lynk & Co. rapidly catching up. They have found an intriguing path. Just if I'm doing a hybrid, don't be like overseas car companies, so stingy to do plug-in, go stack batteries, so stingy to configure a fast charging support capability. Possible to make longer endurance, also equipped with fast charging capability, this plug-in hybrid extended range vehicle. About this big battery plug-in hybrid range extender, is it an innovation in China? Do you see it as a powerful tech innovation? I definitely don't think so, because I think this is policy innovation. This market has been long-term. Hybrid power transition to plug-in transition to electric. More like a continuous curve. China due to various reasons. As for us, we have mixed power tech, not popular. We concentrate gov resources. Plug-in hybrid and electric policy resources. Strong support for hybrids. Calculate for a 300,000 yuan hybrid. Consumption tax rate, save 2%. Then purchase tax, I can save about 8 percentage points on the car price. It may be around 10 points when combined. Because it's a typical plug-in hybrid bike, engine displacement doesn't need to be too big, usually within 1.5 displacement, car same level. How to get 2.0T? Displacement differs, consumption tax varies, you can fully exempt purchase tax. Isn't it 8 o'clock? We think it's 10 points behind. For a car, there's a big difference in cost. 300k car. The price of this car has fluctuated by 30,000. It's like buying a kind of large battery plug-in hybrid. Although you have put in more effort, the cost of some motors, the cost of some batteries, some for fast charging, The number of lines caused by this is also good. Interface, okay, cost of waiting, but Gov gave you 3 yuan, absorbed large amount of your costs. Otherwise, this tech, how to travel China, became popular. How to travel globally. No synchronous phenomenon occurred. Not because we Chinese, just greedy for this big battery, embrace this tech behind it. Our major economic reasons include electric. In theory, all Chinese. How major cities adopt electricity? Study lower tier cities. Go to Hubei's experiment. Go to Baoding, Langfang, Hebei. Go to some places in Guangxi. Why don't locals accept EVs? Some big city residents here relatively accept new things faster. Material, tech, daring factors for innovation. But a big factor, we must admit. Policy factor. Users in big cities adopt electric vehicles under big circumstances. Also green card. Also road right. Also the impact of this additional subsidy, this kind of car. Actually, it satisfies many users. This kind of tram long line towards a new era. High demand for charging and electricity. Provide insurance known as internal combustion engine coverage. Mainly provide charging inconvenience. Moments of anxiety in the era of endurance. Maybe car purchase 3 years ago. Not always encounter once, but if that time you're like having insurance, so just such situation. So I think BBA should, based on this idea, hurry up and pass your eyes. These advanced technologies. Collect 100 years of accumulation. Collect the old business of manufacturing fuel tanks. However, in the PHEV method, not a technical issue, still the ideological problem, learn new experiences of exploring China. In my opinion, first electric endurance, no worries in 50s and 60s, your high-end make mid and high-range versions. Achieve over 100 in endurance, achieve a range of over 200. The situation is resolved. In the Chinese market, you must walk on 2 legs. You already have a predetermined plan for pure electricity. Pick up the plug again. Don't need to talk so much about your cleanliness obsession. Must not have a fuel tank. Why? You are a long-established fuel vehicle company, not Tesla, NIO, or Xiaopeng. They are all startups. On one hand, they aim to create a pure electric image, a pure brand. This benefits their business goals. However, they never built that transmission before. Temporary return will also be diverted. Despite short-term benefits, it is a distraction and may not be a strategic advantage in the long run. But from BB's perspective, how do you go in the past? Some things done well. The ancestors' things are shining and hot. Crucial for you. Talked for a long time today. Finally, let's summarize quickly. First, I want to remind Audi friends to be cautious. Audi was the main competitor of BMW and Mercedes-Benz in global sales volume a few years ago. But now, due to such an initially leading market in China, pursued by BMW and Mercedes one by one. Moreover, there's a large investment in EVs. It seems the desired effect hasn't been achieved. Currently, Audi is in a phase of decline. Execs change too. BMW and Mercedes make up 2/3 of yearly sales. We must raise the alarm to address this significant issue. Practical, calm, user-centric, prioritize needs. No media influence, no bias towards media advocacy. Focus on user style and needs. Not oriented towards management and investors' dreams. To face Audi's business, this is a view of Audi. About BMW and Mercedes, I think they should have understood it earlier. Also, the correct strategic deployment for the next phase has been made. From a good strategic deployment, it takes time to execute. The execution process tests your execution ability. Test your courage, test your patience, test your ability to complete. So I think there are indeed variables in many things. But just like the recent Munich Motor Show, we see BMW's Neue concept car, considered as Mercedes-Benz, will start next year. The next cycle of landing, a pioneer of electric vehicles. I think they are all walking very good road. I personally really like it. Norwich, I also asked Toto Wenhan. He personally likes CLA. I also like CLA. But this car's concept is truly impressive. Front grille, this part. Let me feel a little bit phobophobia. In addition, very, very good. Then it is displayed. Ultra low power, long battery life, classic Mercedes design, new era's return. And in intelligence, not such a big stride. This kind of radical attempt, I believe that these are actually dependable plan. Okay, let's finish here. Thanks all.